Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. On this episode I'm going to be talking about Candace Owens, how she's attacking Trump about free speech of Harvard. I'm like, what are you talking about, free speech? Trump is threatening to not give Harvard any funding. I think last year they got 686 million of our federal dollars. I'm thinking, why should these private schools get any money? I thought they were rich already. I thought the tuition was high. Harvard even got $52 billion in endowments, also known as donations. But she's talking about free speech. Well, not free market. Let them figure it out. All these private universities figure it out. Just like any other business does, once they go out of business, right? But she's saying the DEI process. Okay, she agrees with the DEI shouldn't be there. We should be on merit. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King said, not in the color of our skin. Oh, I'm brown. I should get the promotion. I should get that job. No, you shouldn't. Are you qualified to? Are you dependable? You know, can you do the work? Are you too lazy? That's why I look at it. But also, she's talking about how Israel or Jews, if you say something about them, you can't say anything about them at the job place. You get fired. Well, you can't say that much about anybody. It's called harassment. But a lot of these Jewish kids at Harvard or any schools that matter are getting harassed, get beat up. Their safety should not be in doubt. They should be protected like everybody else. Everybody else has a right to safety. But when you got Hamas supporters hurting Jewish kids and they don't have anything to do with it, yes, they should take their funding away. First of all, they shouldn't get our funding anyways. It's a private university. That's just my opinion. Or we should go there for free, right? If our tax dollars are paying for these universities, and who's getting all this money? And who's getting rich off of it? Candace Owens doesn't go into that, but she's mad at Trump because he's going after Harvard. It's a school, it's an institution. It doesn't matter what it is or how long it's been around. If you're not doing right, if you're not protecting your people, then you should be accountable for it. If you have bad actions, no matter where you're at, who you are, you become accountable. Unless you're a politician, a crooked one, that is. But yeah, I don't agree with Candace Owens on this subject. Oh, freedom of speech, but what about freedom of safety for these Jewish kids that had nothing to do with what's going on in Gaza? But none of these Palestinian supporters or Hamas supporters will ever go to Gaza and fight. Yeah, no, they don't want to. They're too scared. They just want to bap, 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 bap. They're probably getting paid by Soros anyways. Yeah, so we shouldn't be funding these universities at all, in my opinion. Stand on your own two legs like everybody else does and go from there. If you have to, that's why I know we're paying too much in taxes, because a lot of these politicians get rich, and these people that work at these universities are getting pretty hefty pockets, pretty big bank accounts of our tax dollars. Thank you, Elon Musk, for exposing all this stuff. I'm glad for that. That's what Candace Owens should be saying. You don't always have to agree with any administration. I didn't always disagree with the Biden administration. I didn't like them. I didn't vote for them, but didn't disagree on everything they did. But, I get that. And you should criticize your administration. It doesn't matter which way you voted. But freedom of speech, come on. They're not even protecting their students. You have to protect your students. That's what I think about this. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe Candace Owens is getting her pockets lined up by Harvard to say this, because the Democrats ain't have nothing. The liberals have nothing right now. They got nothing except to line their own pockets. That's about it. The rich politicians. All right, people. Excuse me. But thank you for watching. Go ahead and click like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Have a great night, and I see you on the next one.